This chapter was one of the more chill ones, but in typical Gachiakuta fashion, dropped some hints as to where things are likely going. With Mildreda mentioning the Sileia and Follow not being able to accept his guilt, things are looking mighty interesting heading into one of the more lore-filled arcs of Gachiakuta, being the Doll Festival arc. As y'all know, man, I'm DomoSenpai, and today we'll be going over chapter 117 of Gachiakuta. Is it me, or were we supposed to be going on break this week along with the reveal of the volume 13 cover? Maybe I misinterpreted it, and next week will be the break, but we will also get the volume 13 reveal. Either way, I'm super looking forward to that shit. If y'all are new to the channel and have yet to subscribe, make sure y'all do that by tapping that huge red button down below. Just a quick question before we continue though. Y'all been enjoying the 28 days of DomoSenpai? It's been a pretty interesting ride, and hopefully I'll have a lot more to show in the coming days, but at least for now, I'm really enjoying it. Anyway, I won't bust y'all chops too long. Y'all already know what time it is. I made a tweet about this because it made me laugh a bit, but it's just something about Gachiakuta and the chapter intros that always gets me going. Rudo has put together a to-do list, and this is funny for various reasons. I wasn't even aware that Rudo was able to write based on his upbringing. We've seen his drawing previously, but when you look at what he did here, it was a major improvement. And did anybody else hear the Indiana Jones theme as Rudo looked at his list proud as hell? That had me crying, bro. At some point, when you look at this to-do list and the way it's structured, it's gonna be some Back to the Future Doc Brown at the drawing board type shit, and I'm all here for it. It's gonna be mad strategy meetings in here trying to figure out what the hell is going on. It's funny because as Rudo was in the mess hall eating some food, Same fine ass interrupts him by telling him he's got some work to do. This is almost as if Urana is telling us that this is her daily life after coming up with a good manuscript, and then her editor comes in like, yeah, you got some more work to do, motherfucker. Anyway, I digress. I wonder how Same knew about the Rudo Sherbrick the cleaner thing. This was one of the more interesting moments in this chapter just due to the fact that this was supposed to be a conversation between only Rudo and Corvus, right? But Same somehow knew about it. Who knows, she might have been briefed on this whole thing after they left Corvus's office. Things got even more interesting seeing Follow overhear the conversation because he's still hung up over what happened at Tori No Man's Land. Don't worry, we'll be getting into that a little bit later. We then proceed to Mildreda bringing the crew back home, and dog, anytime I see Mildreda, she always steals my attention. For obvious reasons. She bad as hell. This reveal was rather interesting because Mildreda goes on to explain that she's a Sileia, which is the female warrior tribe that Nelda was a part of. We also knew this though, we knew that they were wiped out some years ago based on what Nelda told us, and having Mildreda here to reconfirm that also kind of confirms my suspicions on Tomsy too. Rio mentions Nelda and Mildreda immediately recognizes the name. What this implies is that she's showing up in this arc 1000%. Along with her showing up means Kyoka and Hyo are also showing up because if y'all remember, Hyo picked up Nelda after what I believe to be her memories getting wiped away happened. The whole it takes everything that's precious from you, that whole thing. Bro, that's gonna make the whole Engine, Zanka, Hyo, Kyoka thing that much more entertaining once they meet up in the coming arc. By the way, did anybody else sit up like a dog when Mildreda said, so be a good boy and let me take care of you? Bruh, you know what, I'm gonna shut the fuck up and keep moving forward. Oh yeah. Y'all know our boy Fu is back. And did y'all notice the twins behind him? That was rather interesting because Are the twins not really twins, but you know, they just so happen to be piloted by one person? It's funny as hell because all I can really see here are sock puppets, and now that I've told you guys this, y'all won't be able to unsee that. Now, this is where we get deep, because we come back to Cleaners HQ and Follow is bringing Rudo a new cleaner's uniform because he messed his up in no man's land. But y'all know Rudo is not gonna let that fly because of who he is. Follow has this moment where he is reminiscing about what happened, and he's still overcome with this sense of guilt that he couldn't do anything to help Rudo, even though Rudo trusted him with his treasure. The only thing he remembers is not letting Rudo use his hammer because he didn't want it to end up like Griss's amulet. Which, to be honest, that is fair as hell, because that is supposed to be his thing that eventually becomes a jinky. Because if y'all remember, that was Follow's dream early on. Griss told us that. He hopes that one day he's able to become a giver and wield that hammer as his jinky. He also has been wanting to apologize to Rudo, and just as he's about to, he stops and tells Rudo that he should wear this on his job so he can fight his best, and Rudo, being Rudo, vehemently denies it. It might be some miscommunication going on here, right? Typical Rudo shit. We as the audience knows how Rudo feels about things that still have some use. He's a repairman at heart, and he tells Follow that it's fine because he's fixed a lot of things in his life so he can mend a few rips. This hurts Follow, because as we come to find out, not only does he feel like this was all his fault to begin with, he was also lamenting being called a supporter because everyone treats supporters like trash, which is ironic as fuck, right? That's something that we've heard throughout the course of this entire series though, how everyone looks down on supporters. And to make matters even worse, we see the hammer being wielded by somebody else other than Follow. So that implies that maybe this person died and it's a keepsake of that person, and that person was insanely important to Follow. And as he spikes the cleaner's outfit on the floor, we get a shot of the title again, and it's the hero of the story is what he could never be. Isn't this one of the coolest turn of events? It feels as if we are looking at the old Rudo all over again, blaming himself for everything, not being able to sort his true feelings out, being treated like trash amongst the others. What I'm trying to say is, are y'all ready for one of the coldest jinky reveals in all of Gachiakuta? Are y'all ready for Follow to redeem himself and Rudo be the catalyst in his acceptance of his own guilt and self? Bro, this shit is gonna be fucking awesome. And no, he's not going to become a villain. I hate that the moment something like this happens, everyone is like, oh shit, new villain alert, let's go. No, bro, that shit will be fucking whack. And if that happens, I would be glad to be wrong. But come on, bro. Ain't no way Follow has been around Griss, Engine, and Zonka for this long, and this was all it took for him to become a villain? Come on, y'all, use your brains. Ain't no way that's gonna happen. Anyway, I can already see the fire-ass dialogue that Kei Urana is gonna write for these two because, bro, acceptance was one of the biggest turning points for Rudo, and I feel like him being the one to relay this message to Follow instead of Griss or Engine would hit way fucking harder, in my honest opinion. This chapter may have not been that cool to y'all, but damn was it cool to me. That's pretty much all I got for this chapter. We'll be going over this more as the week goes on, and if I come up with anything else, I'll be sure to put it in video form. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. The 28 days of DomoSenpai has been a very fun experience. And as we get closer and closer to my birthday, things seem to be getting easier and easier. The more I create, more freedom I feel in regards to coming up with things to talk about. I'm gonna get out of here and edit this video. Y'all enjoy y'all morning, afternoon, or night, wherever y'all are. I'm DomoSenpai, and I will catch you guys in the next video.